we could have just ran it up to here, but we stole it back there, so it's okay. The hardest part here was getting all the plastic loose.
Yeah.
So now it's going to take us 10 minutes to do all that. But hey everybody, if you saw our last video, this is my buddy Chase's 2011, I think, CRV. We put that guy in. So now he wants to put in a backup camera. And it will be relatively easy. The hardest part's gonna be running the wire, because we have to run it down through, and then it has to end up from back here where the license plate's at, up there at the radio. Now we're lucky because there was already one in here and the wires are still here. We've tracked it down. We don't know where the power and like ground wire go, because once they go in here we lose them. I don't know where they've gone with them. They're here, but they're not up there. So somewhere between here and there we've lost them. So we may run our own new ones. But this is the signal wire. It's just a yellow RCA cable. I call them RCA cables, red, white, yellow. It's one of these. So we've got it here and we've got it back here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to attach the new one and the old one and try and just feed them through. We were going to try and reuse the old one, but the bad thing is it's hardwired to the camera. As you can see, it does not come attached, come detached. If it did, I was just going to pull it apart and reuse the old one, but I can't, so we'll just tape them together. But this is what we're going to do. The hardest part of this is going to be getting this plastic down. Chase has some of these that's making it easy. Like I said, we've already chased it. They ran it down through here. You can see we've already pulled it down. But the thing is, between there and there, I lose the power wire, and I'm almost wondering if they went to here for the power. Because if you look, it goes in right there. I don't know if you can see, and then stops. So somewhere between here and up there, we lose it. So I'm wondering if it goes into here. But we'll figure that out, and we'll walk you through. This obviously won't be the same for every car, but it should be pretty close, because all you've really got to do is run your signal wire, which is this one, and your power and your ground, and then run it in the back there and you're good. So hopefully this won't take too long. Like I said, I've already got an idea how to get the signal wire, so we'll just start and see where we go. All right, so we got the new one temporarily mounted. I don't know if we'll be able to get the wire through there, so we may just seal this up and run the wire up through there. That's the license plate light. We got the old wire out. They had ran the ground to here, so we're just going to reuse this ground wire. So if you need a ground wire, you can just go to any screw on the body that should be ground, and then we'll probably steal power from up there in the fuse box. Chase is going through. We've pulled the trim down. He's feeding the wire basically around everything up to up there. I'm back here fighting getting this through that. That's going to be a pain. And then getting it down through here shouldn't be bad. I can just pull it up and tuck it, and then pull it down to the wire right there. And then we will have to run the power harness too. There's a power harness too that goes to it to get it power, and then there's a signal wire which will steal off the stereo for reverse. If you don't have a signal wire for reverse, what you can do, I was telling Chase, is go to your backup light, splice in your backup light. That way when your backup light comes on, it triggers the reverse, because that's the easiest way. That's a lot easier than doing the transmission. Yeah, basically this is just going to be a bunch of chasing wire and making things clean. The other thing you could do would be, if you wanted to, you could go down this way with the wire and down that way under the carpet somehow, but this wire was already here, so we're just redoing what they did. So basically what we did was we just got it. Let me see that little blue thing. As you can see, just keep doing what you're doing, Chase. He's got one of these pry tools. These are good for pulling plastic down and not breaking them. He's basically just shoving it up under the edge of the headliner and putting the trim back.
You'll never see it.
He's doing, yep, you'll never see it. He's doing the easy part. Like I said, I'm going to fight with getting this through there and then down through here. That'll be tough. So, wish me luck. We got this ran down through here, down through here. We got our ground wire. We stole the ground wire off of here, and we stole power off of here. pulled that down, so I'm going to rerun this wire, tucked it back in. I used one of these. I just got a piece of wire, ran it down, and these pinch to steal power, and we checked if there is power. This still works too. So now we've got to get the signal wire. We've got everything ran, somehow get it down in here, and then Chase is going to pull that out, and then and then we've got to figure out how to get, you have to have the reverse signal wire.
Okay, got it.
And that way when the reverse comes on, it sends signal to the camera to turn on, because you know it's automated. So there's a wire on the back of this here. I'm gonna get the wiring diagram out. It says reverse. We're gonna hook them together, put it down in reverse, see if it kicks the camera on, and go from there. Okay, so here's how this works. We got everything hooked up. We're gonna start tucking everything in. There's a wire on the power wire here. The last camera had it, and this one does too, so it should be the same on basically all yours. You'll have a power wire here. And we ran it down, and it goes into the positive wire, which is almost always the colored wire. You'll have a colored wire and a black wire. So we got to tuck everything in, but what this wire does is this sends wire or signal to the stereo. On the stereo, you'll have a wire that says reverse positive, okay? So when the backup light comes on, it sends power to that to tell the car it's in reverse. That is easier than trying to find the wire on the transmission or whatever and dig all that out. So now we got that done. We've got this wire we got to tuck in and somehow run down through here, but that'll be easy. Worst come to worst, we'll run it through here and then run it through there. But that was the hardest part, was getting power. But if you pay attention like me and Chase didn't do, there's actually a power and a ground on this harness coming out of the back of your stereo for camera power and ground. So we could have just ran it up to here, but we stole it back there, so it's okay. The hardest part here was getting all the plastic loose.
Yeah.
So now it's going to take us 10 minutes to do all that, but once we get everything figured out here, everything tucked in, we'll be good to go. So we got everything mounted. We actually took this out and adjusted it. If you notice, those mounting holes in the mounting bracket are slotted so you can pull it in and out. It looks a lot better. It's pretty flush here and flush here. It's flush here, but in the corners it's not. So if you pulled it out more, this would stick out, so it's kind of weird, but it's aftermarket, so it's not gonna be universal. We took this clip off, and it actually had a window mount for the microphone. Chase fed that down through there. He's putting all the plastic back. We got the backup camera in, and the only wire you can really see is up there. So we're done. And then the backup camera works, and then also it just needs a little bit of adjusting it, like down, but it's got LED lights on it too, that way whenever at night. So it's pretty sweet. The only wire you can see is right here. Like I said, we came through the license plate light. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Put everything up and he should be good to go. And he does have both backup lights, so because we took power from one. So